Hello everybody and welcome back to the latest Hogs of War news. Once again, it has been a productive couple of months since the last news update, and this time around the community is in the midst of some new and exciting events that you can get involved in right now. The opening round of the Australia Grand Prix, the second Hogs speedrunning event, is currently underway. Continuing on from the success of the Hogshead Grand Prix back in February, this one follows on the same pattern as before, where players must complete a playthrough of one of the islands as quickly as possible. In this case, of course, it is Australia, so players must play through missions 6 to 10. The live finals are planned for the beginning of August, but you can still get involved and submit your runs over on speedrun.com. Elsewhere this month, I decided to make a central hub for all things Hogs of War. Hogsofwar.org is a brand new website that houses all the latest news and updates from your favourite projects, including the Hogs of War League, miniatures game, and Reheated. I also spent a fair amount of time adding a workshop that houses the latest Hogs mods, tutorials, and tools for the community to play and use, not to mention a separate section for Hogs Flash games and comics. You'll also find all the community's daily squealer articles in there as well, so you can catch up and stay up to date with the latest news coming straight from the Hogs Discord. Speaking of Discord, you'll also find all of the community social media links on the homepage, including the subreddit, Steam forums, and clip submission site for the top 10 plays of the month. I'm regularly posting new blog updates, not just for news and site updates, but also on general community topics and expanding on video content. If you haven't checked out the site yet, I highly recommend you do. My hope going forward is for this to become the home website for all things Hogs. Links to everything will be in the description. Meanwhile, the Grunt League is looking to start its first season towards the end of this month. If you haven't heard of it, it's a brand new competitive league that is aimed at more inexperienced Hog players, offering up a more relaxed setting compared to the Pro League. To list off a few of the Grunt League rules, the timer will be set to 45 seconds rather than the default 30, which we see in the Pro League. Paratroopers are going to be limited to 2, alongside all the other Pro League class restrictions that we normally see, so maximum ×2 engineer, 1 medic and 1 grenadier. And the structure overall, depending on how many players will participate, will be either 2 groups of 4 if there are 8 players, or 2 groups of 5 if there are 10 participants. Head over to the League section of the Hogs of War website if you are interested in getting involved, or simply come join the Discord and get in touch with either Fab, ADB or Caster. Also in the news this month, towards the end of last month, we received the production update 27 for the miniatures game. Unfortunately, this brought about with it a small delay to the final shipping of the game, but for good reason. James and Paul at Stone Sword Games noted a manufacturing mistake whereby the airship model was printed much smaller than the original intended size. You'll also remember last month there was also the blockage at the Suez Canal, which in turn had a knock-on effect for the team. The process of booking and paying for the product to be shipped has been tough for Paul and James, and so because of all of this, the original fulfillment process has been delayed beyond the July-August goal. Instead, the new proposed date is August for Asia, Australia and New Zealand, and September for the UK, Europe and North America. Stone Sword Games are, as always, committed to shipping the game, and the hope is that the production delay will give freight costs time to stabilise and get back to more reasonable rates. In the meantime, take a look at the red bacon in his adorable little triplane. This is the free miniature sculpt that Paul and James mentioned last month and indeed promised would be included in the final copy of the game. I have to say it looks awesome, and I just want to give a special thanks to Stone Sword Games for all of their updates so far. Their communication with the community has been of the highest standard, and I eventually can't wait to do a live unboxing of my copy of the game when it does eventually ship. James and Paul also released the single-player campaign for Team Lard within the miniatures game over on Tabletop Simulator as well, so if you want to give that a try or at least a little sneak preview, then feel free to check out the link down below as well. And finally, sadly we have no major Reheated news for this month. The team are still very hard at work. I can vouch for them for that because I have seen some of the behind the scenes stuff and it does look amazing. It can't be shared yet because it's still early days, but Luke did also share a pretty cool video that showed some of the behind the scenes workings of the original Hogs game. Back in the day, Hogs was originally prototyped using basic shapes, so I give you cubes of war. Anyway, hope you guys can get involved in some of the community events that have been mentioned in today's video. Once again, you'll find all of the links to everything mentioned today in the description below. The Hogs of War Grunt League specifically will have plenty more details announced as we get closer to the end of July. Like I said, get in touch with the people mentioned in today's video in the Discord, and they can sort you out in terms of the logistics of when matches will be played, just basically the time frame of the entire event. There's lots to come for the league scene, especially with getting these new and inexperienced players involved, but getting them ready for the Pro League as well. There's plenty to do. Hope you can join me for everything going forward, and in the meantime, I will catch you guys later for the next one.